What's going on, guys? I got about 12 hours left to do my pick'ems for the challenger stage of the PGL Antwerp Major. So it's time to do this last minute and get a video out there. So we need to get 5 correct picks to get through to the next stage to reach that diamond coin. So we're gonna metagame this a little bit, especially about the 3-0 placement. So what you want to do, in my opinion, to get to the diamond coin is pick at least the teams that you know are going to be going through to the next stage for sure. You want to put them down here, not in the 3-0 spot, because you don't want to miss out on any of these guaranteed points. That is how you get the diamond coin, in my opinion. So what we're going to do is, I made some notes. I think the 4 teams that are going to make it through regardless of anything that happens are Ants here, G2, we got Outsiders, formerly Virtus Pro, and then we got Vitality with Zaiwu. I think these teams, you know, Ants is being fire right now, very good overall, very talented players. Alexi B as experienced IGL with good veto prowess. I think they're gonna make it through. G2 with Nico alone can drag you through one of these stages if the rest of the team isn't playing well. Outsiders just very good all around, and Vitality with Ziwu as well, also some very experienced players. They are a bit shaky right now, Ziwu not playing that well, but still I think they should make it through. Now let's jump over to completely the other side. Let's look at the 0 and 3 pick. I think there are 4 teams you can take into consideration for this. Bad News Eagles, maybe. 9Z, maybe. But then the 2 teams you really need to think about for 0 and 3 are IHC Esports and Renegades. IHC did beat Renegades in the RMR. And overall, I think this lineup for Renegades is really, really weak. Like, looking back at the last few years, I think this is the weakest they've been, and like if they play again, I think IHG will beat them again. I think IHG plays a nice fundamental style of Counterstrike, which I think they will lose out on against the more experienced, the more well-traveled European teams. Like I think they'll pick them apart. But I think Renegades is the weakest team here. So I think that's my pick for the 0 and 3. Next up, we have some teams that I put in the mid category. I think that these teams are some of the best to put in the 3-0 spot. Those I got Astralis and Team Liquid. I think these teams are either gonna go 3 and 2 or 3 and 0. And I think for the higher potential, a team that can just suddenly sweep everybody and surprise people, I'm gonna go with Team Liquid. Some of that NA firepower, that Nav and Elise duo that are just picking teams apart. And meanwhile, Astralis, you know, Glaive, not that big of a fragger. Zipnik's looking especially weak. He's going like that Olofmeister route where he's really dropping off as he ages. So I think, for my money, I think Team Liquid has a good shout of going 3-0. Of course, Ents is a very good shout. Outsiders maybe as well, but I think you're better off taking one of these guaranteed teams to go 3-0 or to go through than put them in the 3-0 spot. Just metagaming a little bit to get you to that diamond coin. Then I got another 3 teams on the edge for me, and those 3 teams are Forze, Imperial Esports, and Eternal Fire. Eternal Fire, the Turkish lineup with Xantares and Voxic. I think they have really, really good firepower. So I think they're a shout for me. They got a cool logo as well, which is a plus. No, but in all seriousness, they do have some very good firepower, and they should beat at least all these weaker teams. They should beat, and they got a very good chance to upset some of the other teams. And then it is between Imperial Esports with the experienced Brazilians or Forze. And this one is difficult. 1 sec, I'm gonna have a look at their first round matchups, because I did look at them before, and I did take those into account, at least in my mind a little bit. Haven't really talked about them here, but let's have a quick look at the round 1 picks. So we got MIBR versus Outsiders, or the up and coming Brazilian players. Then we've got Imperial with FNX, Fallen, Fur, Bolts, and Vinny. The last dance lineup without Coldzera, which is a bit questionable. Versus Spirits, I think they could slip up against the Russians from Spirit. I really see them already. And Forze with a good matchup versus Renegades. Out of these two, I think Forze definitely has the better first round matchup, and I think that's for me. I think that's a good enough reason to pick Forze here as my last team to go through to the next round. So there you have it, my quick challenger stage pick'ems. I haven't watched that much competitive CSGO in the last few months, so take my advice with a grain of salt, but I just wanted to put this out there, show you what I decided. And there we go, let's lock these in. Picks are updated. So let me know what you think. What are your picks? What do you think of my reasoning? And let's go for the diamond coin. See you guys later.